So I'm watching the news, which I'm not sure is that good of an idea, but I'm watching the news, and they have all these pundits, all these geniuses on TV explaining stuff for me, because just in case I don't get it, they're going to give me a bunch of answers, which is going to make it really good. And in the middle of this big, giant description, one of these really super smart pundits says, you can't just point to one thing. Hi, everybody. I'm Todd Conklin, and this is the Pre-Accident Investigation Safety Moment, Operational Excellence Moment. You can't just point to one thing. It's a complex problem. There are many, many, many things you must look at in order to understand the context of this event. And I started thinking when I heard that on the news, well, we know that. That's what we do for a living, is we go beyond the one thing point. Now, I'm not very popular with the root cause people, and I haven't been for a long time. And it's not because I don't like them. I think they're really great people. I don't like the term root cause because it implies the notion of monocausality. It implies the notion of one thing. What is the root cause? Sometimes they call it the rootiest root. We're not going to have a discussion on root cause. What I want to talk about is the fact that complex problems have many, 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 many things that you have to point to using the pundit's language. And because you can't just point to one thing, you're not going to fix this complex problem by only fixing one thing. So if you look at social problems, racism, inequality, response to emergencies, all the things that have been in the news, patriotism, a lot of this stuff's been in the news a lot lately, right? And you think, well, what is the problem? Well, the problem is there is not the problem. There are multiple contextual factors, conditions, if you will, that have existed a long time, and of course you can't just point to one thing. In fact, I would suggest by pointing to one thing, you're committing malpractice. You're doing something bad. Because what you're doing is you're really oversimplifying the part of the discussion that we need to understand the most, the context, everything that leads up to the event in question. And when we oversimplify, which we do because we want to point to one thing, because we only want to fix one thing, well, then what happens is we don't fix the problem. So when a really super smart person says you cannot just point to one single thing, what they're doing is reinforcing the very work you do every day when you go out on the shop floor, or when you drive around, or when you talk to other pilots, or when you talk to doctors or nurses. We don't point to one thing. We look at the conditions and context that existed in order to create a position where the outcome that we got was possible. That's the safety moment for today. Have as much fun as you possibly can. Learn something new every single day. And for goodness sakes, by golly, be safe.